Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy B Nice FNP, also known as FNP Trades. I'm coming to y'all with a trade recap for today, August 7th, 2025. Today we had some bangers. So at the open, I noticed that we had a little bit of a gap up on SPX right here. So my process in looking at gaps like this is obviously we don't have any pre-market data for XPX. XPX doesn't have any pre-market data. So what we can do is we can use SPY to kind of get our levels for SPX here. So whenever I'm looking at SPX, I'm looking at SPY, and I can see that we gapped up here. This is after hours, and then this is the pre-market. So we can see that our pre-market high is this level here, and that's the level that we want to break if we want to continue to stay in SPX calls and go higher. So at the open, as you can see, because we don't have any of that data there, our EMAs are a little bit skewed on SPX. So what we do is we look at SPY to try to figure out where everything is going to go. So by looking at SPY, we can kind of tell that, hey, we're no longer making higher highs, we're making lower highs. So we're kind of going into this transition of, hey, we might start to kind of sell off here. So at the open, we can kind of see that we're kind of just like kind of moving around like this. And so on SPX, this was a little bit hard to gauge because like we don't really have any of that data to kind of show us like where our pivot points would be. So for SPY specifically, we have our pre-market low, which is this level right here. And so that's kind of the level that we want to break for a continuation to the downside. And so while watching SPX, I'm trying to figure out what my levels would be for where I would want to try to take a short. So before these EMAs started to form, we had a level at about 63.30. And so I called out in my server at about 15 minutes after the market opened. I didn't alert this because it wasn't like a super duper high probability play, but because I know how this market likes to go, I just kind of tell people to kind of look at it. So I jumped in on my own and I was like, hey, I'm in XPX 6330s. This was at 8:46 or 9:46 Eastern time. I just kind of let people know like, hey, this is what I'm in. Like, if you get in, it's like super duper risky. I didn't want anybody to kind of get into it and lose their money and be upset that I alerted this play. So I let them know. I was just telling them, I was like, hey, I'm in. I'm already at 25%. But as we like kind of watch how it kind of plays out, we kind of see that we kind of start to chop. And then even over here on the spot level, we can see that we start to chop. We cross over the EMAs, and then we kind of go back down. We're crossing. We're going down. But I was still convinced that we were gonna go down because whenever there's a gap, the market doesn't like to have a gap, and we like to kind of fill those gaps. And we also have our EMAs all the way down here, and then on SPY our EMAs are all the way down here at the bottom. So we just held, and then all of a sudden we start to flush, and then once we flush, we break the 512s, the 3450, and then now our next target is going to be into this gap right here, and then from this gap we're going to go to this 200 level support. So this is the 200 EMA, and then this is a higher time period EMA as well. So by understanding like, hey, these clouds are giving us our targets, we have so much real estate to get to. Once we end up breaking these support levels, then we're going to kind of fall into the next support level. And so I was texting one of the other analysts, and I was just giving her a rundown of my system because she was trying to understand like how the clouds work. But her system literally works the exact same way, with her levels and whatnot. But I just like the clouds because they provide a visual. So I was like, when we get to the clouds, we should see a bounce. And so right here, this candle right here, this is the 840 or 940 candle or 1040 candle Eastern time. So once we got close to that cloud, we did have a bounce and we pushed all the way back up to the cloud, and then we ended up rejecting and going lower into this cloud. So now what will happen is if we don't hold this cloud and bounce and turn bullish, then we very well could break below this support and fall all the way down to 628, because that's how the system works. We have so much real estate right here that we have to cover because price doesn't like to be too far away from these EMAs. Same thing here on SPX. You treat them the exact same way. So we're already under the 3450 on SPX. If we don't reclaim this and go bullish, then we're going to break this candle, go down to 6330, and then from 6330 we can go down to almost 6300. And so that's kind of how the market likes to kind of play these out. And then if we break below 6300, now we already had a previous level that we were trying to break out before. So if we break this level, then it, is bombs away, Geronimo. So realistically, this is kind of like, this is the system that I trade, and this is how I teach people to trade the system every day. And it looks like we're just going to continue to drop because the market doesn't want anything to do with going to a higher level at this point. So that was one trade that we took. Another trade that I called out in my channel was Lily, and I was letting them know. I was like, hey, right here, I was like, Lily gonna go to 650. And if we go look at the Lily chart right here, we can see that Lily indeed broke down below 650 and actually got down to 630. And so people are wondering what I saw with this. So Lily had earnings. They did well on the earnings, but as you can see in the pre-market, it sold off like crazy. So when they sold off, this is our level right here. So this is our pre-market low. This is why our levels like this are very important, because this is where all the buyers were at when they bought it back up to this level right here. So Lily sold off, got down to this level, and then buyers stepped in and bought it all the way back up to the clouds. Okay, and then we kind of consolidated, and then at open, Lily fell all the way back down to that level, and now we're consolidating at that level. This is why when I tell people that pre-market high, pre-market low are very important levels, this is what I mean. This is a key level. So as you can see, look at how price is responding to this key level. Now, if we were to break below the pre-market low, then we will have to try to find another level of support. And how I would do that is I would just go to a higher time period, maybe the date, because we can't really see anything on the 4 hour or the hour, and then we'll just have to try to go find another level of support here. And because I use volume profile on the side, we can see that we got a lot of people that are probably going to step in on Lily at about 600. So like this 600 level is a key level for Lily, but we also have a gap at 592. So realistically, if Lily remains heavy, we can slice through all of these areas like relatively fast and hit these levels right here. So one of the members in the chat, she got 1300% on Lily. I can't take too much credit for it because she was already in the play already, but I did tell her that I did mention that, hey, Lily is going to go down, and as you can see, she had some tremendous profit from that Lily. And if anybody knows Lily, when you're in Lily and you're making money on Lily, you're making money on Lily. So Lily is a banger. So let's go into one of the trades that didn't quite work out for me, and that was NVDA. I signaled NVDA longs today because I was hoping that we were going to continue with the trend and go higher, because AMD was also going higher. So looking at the pre-market here, looking at previous day, we obviously gapped up above the previous level. So whenever there's a gap, we could potentially go back down and fill that gap. But we were very bullish going into the open. So at the open, we had this real crazy candle print. We had a pullback to the cloud, relatively close to the cloud. So once we pull back to that level, that's when I got in, and I was hoping that we were going to continue to push up. So we hit this 183 level and didn't go higher than that. So then we started to reject, and then we started to go low. I had called the 190 calls for tomorrow because I was hoping that we were going to continue to go up. But then the market started to pull back, but QQQ and everything was still kind of holding up, even with the SPX drop. And the video was holding up, and the video looked like it was just testing the cloud and was going to make a push here. And then on the next candle, we had a drop and a push to 34.50. So now realistically, price is probably going to slice through this area of the volume profile where there's no volume, and try to get buyers closer to this cloud right here. So unfortunately, NVIDIA didn't work out. I only risked $110 on this trade, and I took an L for 60%. So I kept 50 of the 110 that I put in. So more money to play with tomorrow. Who knows? Tomorrow NVIDIA might actually recover, and then we might be able to get that 190 push tomorrow, because there was a lot of flow coming in today. But if the market doesn't hold up, then there's really nothing that we can do in regards to these plays. So as we can see, QQQ is going to try to fill this gap to the downside, and as long as QQQ is heavy, NVIDIA is going to be heavy. So unfortunately, that's kind of how that goes. But I do want to show you guys just how crazy the members in this chat have been going with us making money. And so we're just gonna kind of start out with some of the people that were just kind of shouting out at everybody. So we had Andrea here. She took a Spice Girl swing. She took a Kendra play for IWM, and then Kendra and I we actually both did call out SPX. I just called it out in my channel, and then she called it out in hers. And we both helped these people make some money. So this girl made 56% on her SPX put for 630. We have some pretty crazy analysts in this server specifically, so it's pretty amazing. And then one of the other traders, she took my SPX and she made 5,000 on it. And it's just amazing that everyone just makes so much money. And when they spend on this channel, it makes me happy, it makes everybody happy. So my SPX went 200 some percent there. So everybody was making money, everybody was getting paid. So if you guys want to join the community, there is a link in my social media handles. So if you guys would like to join us and try to make some profit like us, please join us, and we'll guide you guys on the right path. For those who are in the server, we appreciate you guys so much, and we just want to continue to build the best product that we can for you guys. Also, I just want to say thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I do one-on-ones. I have a mentorship course. I have another mentorship course that I'm doing with another analyst coming up for the next month. So that should be a pretty fun task to kind of help new traders and traders who are just trying to look and find their edge. We'll be able to help them get to where they need to get to. And become profitable in a shorter period of time than it took us. Because a lot of us who are analysts in the server, we've lost a lot of money trying to get to the point to where we're at, and now we're all profitable and we're making money, and we're trying to teach other people how to do so without breaking their pockets. So again, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want more information on joining these servers, by all means, go follow me on Instagram. In my Instagram, there's a link in my bio that will give you guys access to everything that we have, my mentorship course, all of the servers that I'm a part of, where I give my alerts out. And yeah, we can go from there. So thank you guys. Blessings to you guys, and have a good day.